There is no direct, explicit command or description about Prophet Muhammad eating beef. There are authentic hadith which put together two different narrations about the specific event where a cow was slaughtered and he was presented its meat. There is no direct and fully authentic, Sahih, hadith in the major canonical collections, such as Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Abu Dawood, Tirmidhi, Nasa'i, or Ibn Majah, that clearly describes Prophet Muhammad personally eating beef, lam al-bakar. What we do have, some reports mention that beef was permissible, and that the Prophet did not forbid it. But none say, in direct narration, the Prophet ate beef. 2. Hadith on the nature of beef. There are, however, two kinds of narrations related to the quality of beef: weak, da'if, hadith, warning about beef. A narration sometimes quoted says, "Eat its milk, for it is a cure. Use its ghee, for it is healing, and avoid its meat, for it causes disease." This is reported in Ibn Majah, Hadith 3489, and Ahmad, but its chain, isnad, is weak due to unreliable transmitters. Therefore, it cannot be used as evidence that the Prophet said this. General permissibility. There are sound narrations indicating the Prophet and his companions ate various meats, including camel, goat, mutton, chicken, rabbit, fish, and since the Quran itself, Surah Al-An'am 6, 142-146, Surah Al-Ma'idah 5, 1, declares cattle, including cows, lawful for consumption, except what is sacrificed to idols or improperly slaughtered. Beef is clearly halal. 3. The Prophet's dietary simplicity. Even though beef was halal, the Prophet was known for moderation in eating, not indulgence. Simple food habits, often barley bread, dates, milk, or meat only occasionally. Preferring mutton or lamb when offered. So, it's plausible that beef was not common in his region, Hijaz, and not part of his regular diet, but it was not forbidden or disliked by him either. 4. Scholarly consensus. Classical scholars, Ibn Qayyim, al-Nawawi, al-Qurtubi, Ibn Hajar, etc. Note: no evidence that Prophet forbade or disapproved of beef. Any reports suggesting harm are weak or medical opinions, not hadith-based. In summary, did Prophet Muhammad eat beef? No authentic hadith confirms it. Is beef halal in Islam? Yes, explicitly in the Quran. Any hadith forbidding it? No sound, Sahih, hadith forbids it. Weak ones exist but lack credibility. What did the Prophet usually eat? Mostly lamb, mutton, goat, dates, barley, milk, honey, in moderation. So to reiterate, there is no single, direct hadith that explicitly says, word for word, the Prophet Muhammad ate beef. The evidence we have is circumstantial, but in the context of Islamic law, it is considered strong and sufficient circumstantial evidence. Here is the evidence, stripped of any synthesis. An authentic narration states, a cow was slaughtered and the Prophet was presented with its meat. There is no follow-up narration stating that he refused it, was displeased by it, or did not eat it. In the Principles of Islamic Jurisprudence, USUL al-Fiqh, the default ruling is that if the Prophet was presented with lawful food and there is no record of him refusing or forbidding it, it is evidence of its permissibility. His silent approval is a valid source of law. This is why the weak hadith claiming, there is bad in beef, is rejected by scholars. It contradicts the established permissibility derived from this event. The Prophet's action, or silent acceptance, takes precedence over a weak and inauthentic saying.